Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Hondo's Blockbuster. We are here with a movie ranking. We are going to be ranking the John Wick franchise. Obviously, the Ballerina just came out, or from the world of John Wick, Ballerina. All right, I'm going to keep just calling it the Ballerina. But it just came out this weekend. If you haven't caught my review, just posted it's my last video. But because it just came out, I wanted to go back and revisit all 5 of these movies. Pretty much one of the most, or really the best and most innovative action movie franchises in the last, really all time, but specifically last 15 years. What they've been able to do with this franchise from where it started to where it is now, it is truly nothing short of incredible. Just an absolute blast, completely changing the game in terms of the action choreography and really different ways to kill people is the best way to put it. So just an absolute amazing action franchise, and can't wait to rank them. So honestly, it's a little harder to rank for me than I thought. I have a definitive number 1, and I have a pretty definitive number 5, but 2 through 4 was a bit harder than I thought, to be honest. I wasn't sure what way to rank them, because truth be told, all 5 of them for me are great. I could watch any of them, including the Ballerina. If you saw my review, you know I did like that movie. So with that, we'll jump right in. All right, at number 5, the Ballerina. Or from the world of John Wick, Ballerina. If you saw my review, you know I did like this movie, and I do really like this movie. It's got great action. I thought Ana de Armas did a great job leading this one. All the supporting characters from the other John Wick movies play a great role in this movie as well, including Keanu Reeves. Just for me, why I have it at number 5 is purely just because of the John Wick storyline, right? For me, it's just, I'm more bought into that character, that world, which obviously the Ballerina is a part of that world, but it doesn't do as good of a job in the sense of the world building and the different aspects that go into this assassin-led world. So for that, I have it at number 5, but it's still really good, still very entertaining. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you still to go watch it. The action is great. Some of the kills are obviously great. And, you know, overall, it's still a really good time, but you got to put something at number 5, so I am putting Ballerina at number 5. At number 4, this was the hardest spot, like that 2 through 4 range, but I think I'm going to have to go with John Wick 2. Chapter 2. Chapter 2 opens up the world, right? It introduces you to different assassins, different characters. Common plays a great role. You're visiting different, there's different continentals, things like that. It's more global than one is. One's obviously takes place all pretty much in New York. This one, you're leaving the States and you're going to some different locations. It introduces the blood oath, things like that. Still a really good movie, amazing action. The one that always gets me, I mean, in terms of when there is a bounty put on John Wick and all the assassins start coming out and he's taking out all these different assassins, and he's in like the subway station with Calm and like, pa, 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 pa. It's a cool movie. The only reason I really have it at number 4 is just because I think, and I guess I'll touch on it more into the next one, I just think where they've gone with 3 and 4 kind of take it up a notch. And where this one's an absolute blast and it's really fun and it's like the next step. The other 2 just take it to a level above it where I think I just prefer it a little bit more. So with that, we come to number 3, which is John Wick Chapter 3. This one and Chapter 2 are very similar in the sense of, the multiple assassins are still trying to come after John Wick. The bounty's been raised and he's been excommunicated, so it adds that added wrinkle to it where he can't just go to the Continental and seek shelter until the end, but it adds just that extra level, and the amount of assassins coming after is also taken to another level. So for me, when I determine between 2 and 3, 3 just does a lot of what 2 does. It just takes it to that next level. I also love the inclusion of Halle Berry in here. Her character is great. And then I love the ending of this movie because it also gives Lance Riddick, rest in peace, who's an amazing character. He plays the concierge. It gives him some action role where he's teaming up with John at the end of this movie, and that battle within the Continental is really cool. And then it leaves you with that cliffhanger of Winston. It seems like he kind of, to get his place on the table, he shoots John off the building, and he falls hilariously down to like a 40 stories and survives. But this one I think just takes 2 up a notch even more, and that's why I've got it at the number 3 slot. All right, coming in at number 2 is John Wick Chapter 4, the quote-unquote conclusion to the John Wick franchise. Obviously, Ballerina comes out, but there are talks of John Wick 5. But in terms of, even if they didn't come back for a 5th, I think it's a great conclusion to the franchise. Keanu Reeves still doing the Keanu Reeves John Wick things in this one. And my favorite part about this one, and why I have it ranked above 2 and 3, is one, in terms of the different set pieces and the unique ways that they find ways to fight and kill each other, essentially. The battle scenes in this one are so extended. There's like 3 core set pieces that feel like they go on each for like 20 minutes. You've got the Osaka Continental, which is an awesome scene where you're introduced to I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the names off the top of my head, but that whole crew that's there. Then you go to the poker scene where it's him and Donnie Yen's character and Mr. Nobody there playing that cool little poker game that they play. It's basically whoever survives and dies, and it's a whole battle and fight that ensues. And then the ending in Paris, where it's essentially almost five set pieces, action set pieces combined into one, into like basically 30 minutes of just pure action, jumping from different location to location. That scene alone is truly remarkable. Where I have, on top of that, where I have this one ranked above the others is the antagonist, in terms of not necessarily the main antagonist, but Donnie Yen's assassin character, I think, is the best foe for John Wick, because they are friends, right? They're old friends, and he's doing it for his daughter, and they understand that, and they don't really want to kill each other. But he's such a badass character, like he just adds an extra level to this movie. All the scenes that he's in, and he's blind, and it's cool. He's a standout in this movie. So I love this movie. Every time I watch it, it is long. That's the one thing; it's really long. But every time I watch this one, I get a kick out of it. So I've got it at number 2, which means that number 1 for me is the easiest one of them all. The original John Wick, the first one. It's still my favorite. I think it's got the best plot out of all of them. Where it kind of builds, and I love where it builds to, especially within the universe and the different aspects that they introduce. I love that this one, at its core, is really a much smaller movie. It introduces John Wick, it introduces this world, and it's really about this character who just lost his wife, and his wife gives him this dog. And as a dog person, I just love that. And then, of course, right after, he's literally lost his wife, and the one thing he's holding on to keep him away from the life that he's escaping is murdered in a break-in, and then the rest of this chaos ensues. I think it's a great story, and there's just the action, and this is where they really introduce the gun fu, and the nightclub scene, to everything with William Dafoe is great in this movie. You're introduced to, obviously, the Continental and everything that goes into it. It's just one of those movies where I can watch this 1,000 times and never get tired of it. So it comes in at number 1 pretty easily for me. It sets the foundation, and they really take it up from there. But I love the smaller story and the smaller scale. It's all in New York, and it's so badass. And it was the return of Keanu Reeves, and he really brought this franchise to life. So number 1, John Wick, the original. But yeah, listen, all these movies, incredible. Harder to rank than you think, but I can pop on any of these and enjoy it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Give me your ranking. I'd love to see it. There's no way. There's only 5 of them, so there's a chance some people do have the same one. But let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. And while you're here, if you made it this long, I appreciate you. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Anything helps. And we got a lot more coming this summer. So, as always, thank you and see you at the movies.